Hi guys, my name is Mike, and in this video I want to talk about the DMRs because I watched a video by levelcap. I'll put the link in the description, saying that DMRs basically are not very good. They should be changed, they should be buffed, stuff like that, and I couldn't disagree more. That's why I'm posting this gameplay. This is 52 and 6, I think, with the SKS, Silenced SKS, which means this is one of the weakest setups you can go with the DMR. I just prefer not being on the minimap rather than using a heavy barrel. But anyway, I'm using this gameplay to show you that you can do really well with the weapons as long as you know their strengths and their weaknesses. Basically, right now I think I'm ranked third or something like that in SKS kills in the world. I have 2,000 and something kills. I think it's a very good weapon. I'm using the MK11 as well. I think that's also very good. So in general, I think that as long as you know how to move around the map and know the limitations of your weapons, you can do really well. I think they're really balanced right now. You have automatic weapons ruling the 0 to 20 meter range. You have sniper rifles ruling the 40 to, I don't know, infinite range, and you have DMR sitting right in the middle, and that's how it should be. A semi-automatic weapon should be good between 20 and 40 meters. That's how it should be in any first-person shooter. I don't understand why people would want that changed. I don't think anybody wants to have DMRs the way they were in Battlefield 3, because that's one of the main arguments that they were nerfed from Battlefield 3, and that is not entirely true, because I don't know if you played the game from the beginning, but they were initially buffed, and I think it was the first or second patch that came along that they were given a chest multiplier, and the SKS was buffed from I don't know, 34 I think damage that it dealt to 43. So basically, the reason they were buffed was because nobody was playing recon, not because they were bad weapons. I mean, that's what everybody keeps saying, that they were so good in Battlefield 3, so they were nerfed. No, they were initially buffed in Battlefield 3 because nobody was using the recon class. The DMRs were exclusive to the recon class. You couldn't use them as a support guy or an engineer guy, and it was such a useless class, especially on Conquest, that nobody was playing recon. Unless you were sitting on top of a mountain, there was no point in playing recon at all. You had no way to defend yourself against vehicles. You had no C4. The only game mode where you could say that recons were important were in rush mode, because you had to attack objectives, so you had to place spawn beacons close to the objective. So yes, on rush they were extremely helpful, but on large conquest maps not so much. I mean, I've never seen a good player play recon on Battlefield 3, and I played against most of the good players on Battlefield 3. So that was the reason why they were buffed, not because they were bad weapons, because they wanted to give recon something to play the objective instead of sitting on top of a mountain and sniping. Not that it changed much, that it stayed the same, but I, at least for instance, when I was playing rush, I was playing recon. I was playing recon with a Silenced SKS, exactly as I'm doing here, because it was useful to put a spawn beacon next to the MCOM stations and defend or attack. But in Battlefield 4, I don't play rush at all, because I don't like the game mode here. But I think that recons are a lot more useful. There's no point in giving the DMRs a buff for any class, because the DMRs are weapons that any class can use. Now, the other reason why they were buffed in Battlefield 3 was because of suppression. I mean, suppression was quite intense. If somebody was shooting at you with an automatic weapon like an LMG, you couldn't see anything, you couldn't fire back. Especially weapons that relied on accuracy, like the DMRs, you were basically outgunned if you were suppressed. So buffing them in Battlefield 3 made sense from that point of view, but in Battlefield 4 you don't have suppression. It's almost a non-issue. So there's no point in buffing them, for suppression, just for the sake of suppression. Now, the only thing that I would accept as a buff is maybe an improvement in accuracy. I don't know if it's netcode or hit detection or whatever. Sometimes it feels like bullets are not connecting. That's the only thing that I would improve for the DMRs. Maybe reduce the ADS spread for all of them, and maybe fix some of the sights, because some of the sights, you think that you're aiming at someone and the bullets are not connecting. So I don't know what's up with that. I could use with a improvement in that area. And that's one of the reasons why I only play with the RDS. I think the RDS is the most accurate sight. It feels like bullet goes where you're aiming, compared to, let's say, some of the magnification sights, which are absolutely horrendous. I couldn't use them. So that's a buff I could live with. But other than that, if they're listening to people like levelcap, which they are, because levelcap most of the times, says valuable things. He has a valuable input and is usually very well informed. But in this situation, I think they'll make a mistake if they listen to people like levelcap, because once they buff them, mark my words, the only thing you will hear in the battlefield is psh, 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 the sound of the fucking, that horrendous sound that they've made for the DMRs and sniper rifles. So it's balanced as it is now. Buffing them would basically make every player want to use them, especially on large open maps, which 90% of the maps on Battlefield 4 are large open maps. I'll try to post some more gameplay with more close range maps. Basically, the only maps that I don't use DMRs is Zavod and I think Flood Zone. Those are the only ones where I will run with any other kind of weapon. But I think that any other map you're good to go with a DMR, no problem, as long as you understand that it's a medium range weapon, not a close range weapon. So anyway, let me know what you think about the situation. Let me know if you want them buffed or whatever. If you're having trouble using them, maybe I can give you a few pointers, a few tips. So that's it from me, guys. Take care. Bye.
Check your maps. Resupply location. Objective Delta has been neutralized. Take that! Objective Delta